Principles of the New Economy. The new economy is based on preventing destructive competition. I believe there is a market for everyone, and competition is fine, but when competition start eroding profits until a loss, it is destructive competition. Everyone should help your neighbors. And if by helping you I created a friend rather than an enemy, I have created my future. When I meet you headlong in direct competition, you will definitely give way to me. And if I teach you how to solve your own problems, you will be eternally grateful, creating less an enemy rather than an ally, which will help you surge ahead. Economic schools need to reteach the young how to read economic data and useful information, how to identify markets and determine demand and supply, and if a market is saturated, to move away from it, find new markets or create new goods and services, to reinvent oneself. There is a lifespan in every good and service, and when it is no longer economically viable, it's time to move on, to reinvent yourself, to find new markets or goods or services. Imagine, if you do not follow what I have taught you, even if you find success yourself and fell all your enemies, no one could afford to buy your goods and services when all are poor and cannot afford the riches you have created. FTAs, economic reforms, economic liberalization, and economic cooperation are all part of the new economy. When you have goals to reach a developed country's status like the Swiss, thoughts of wars, the lessons of history, will have no place in the new economy. If any country tries to do otherwise, sanctions will be imposed, trade restrictions, total blockade by the rest of the partners. Then poverty will be a lesson learned. The fundamentals of the new economy is that every human being is created equal. You do not need another superior race to control another. Learn how to solve your own problems by adhering to strict principles. You will reap what you sow. Being lazy has no place. Being stupid is because you do not want to learn. By embracing the new economy, in less than a lifetime, poverty will entirely be eradicated from the face of this earth. Poverty will only be the domains of the warlike, on those who will rather use violence and their fists to solve a problem. The message is very clear: if you invest in destruction, you are only going to destroy your own self. If you invest in economic reforms, you are going to save yourself from poverty. Likewise, example, if you got an AIDS problem, and you are not going to invest sufficient resources, do you think the problem will go away? Most developing countries have a major problem of raising healthcare costs for the elderly, the maintenance and payout of pension funds, but little do they realize the benefits of preventive medication. They only solve problems when it is too late, too costly. The promotion of a healthy lifestyle, the investment to promote health, and making sure your citizens are economically viable, even having enough resources, by planning for old age, is saving you future money, rather than being a drain to your coffers. There are jobs for everyone, even in old age. It's just that productivity is not as high, and if you have invested in improving your knowledge when young, you will be a valuable tool. It's just the access to old age funds will help you continue a more comfortable productivity, a more comfortable lifestyle. Fact is, you don't need to wipe tables in a food court or collect cans and garbage if you plan for it. Invest in knowledge and health, have sufficient savings to maintain a proper job and lifestyle. In the future, I see a developed financial market that will utilize risk-based components to build a wide range of financial products, where the contribution of CPF ordinary can be used with coinsurance, to add on to the retirement fund, to ensure more higher returns, to lock up savings for retirement. The MetaSave can also be utilized to buy other products, to minimize risk upon sickness, for outpatient care, or with other products to reinsure the cash component. A lot will depends on financial institutions, the pooling of resources, the reinvention of financial products with risk components, to cater to the needs of the market, and the ultimate goals of the government. I believe once the demands are established, there will be an automatic participation both by the private and government, to solve this teething problem encountered by all the nations.